medals in the history of this tournament. Always a bridesmaid, but now it'll be a medal of a different color here today. The U.S. has won 4 in a row, 7 of 8, 8 of 10, the drive for 5. It's time for puck drops. Let's get you to Rod and Cheryl.
So here we are, near the top of the world. And who will be best in the world? Noraratu, Team Finland, coming off a shocking upset of Team Canada yesterday.
In her 9th World Championship and her very first gold medal game, going head-to-head against Alex Rigsby. Alex Rigsby, the netminder for Team USA a year ago in Pyeongchang. It was Maddie Rooney, so she will stand tall today and give her team an opportunity for the drive for 5.
There is Pasi Mustonen. His team had a 2-1 lead over the United States in the round robin. Collapsed in the third, gave up 5. Bob Corkum's team undefeated. Away we go in Espoo. Gold medal game on. Jenny Hirakowski bounces one in, and immediately we have a whistle. 7 seconds in. This place is going bonkers already. Standing room only, sold right out. And you know who they're cheering for mostly. Finns in white, Team USA in blue. Never before have we been in a situation like this where it's not Canada and the United States. Canada and Finland yesterday. The Finns pulled off the upset. Susanna Tapani to the far side and sending in front of Alex Rigsby, and the Finns come out flying here.
Well, Finland gets the first 2 shots on net. Question as to whether they would be tired, whether the game against Canada would have been the game, but this is a team that is energized by the crowd and the depth of the skill on their team.
As you mentioned, Cheryl, the American defense activating all the time. They've been so good in this tournament. Not only defending, but also invading the offensive zone. Here they are again, Megan Keller, and Ratu has to be sharp right away. Noraratu, who played against and with many of these American players when she was at the University of Minnesota, and she was a star. Bounced back in. Kendall Coyne-Schofield wearing the C, captain for Team USA. As always, dynamite out here. Puck bounces in front. Rosa Lindstedt, one of the tallest defensemen in the tournament, handles the puck. How will Finland react early on here? Look at this pass. Deep down the ice surface. He's trying to stretch it out for Petra Nieminen. And Ratu, an easy snare on Annie Pankowski.
Well, certainly some back and forth momentum here as Bob Corkum looks to invigorate his team. Annie Pankowski getting that shot on net with a good stretch pass to be able to get that shot. She's outside the dot. She elects to put it right on Ratu, who holds on to that one.
Alex Carpenter in the face-off circle with Amanda Kessel. NHL connection right there. Carpenter, daughter of Bobby Carpenter, who used to play in the NHL. Amanda, the sister of Phil Kessel. Pittsburgh Penguins Stanley Cup champion twice. Jenny Hirakowski. Cheryl, unbelievable defender.
Well, she's one top defender at 6 world championships, and you can certainly bet that she will get that award. Again, she's an unbelievable leader on the back end, and Canada certainly felt her yesterday as she played over 27 minutes in that game.
Among the tournament's scoring leaders, up there with Hillary Knight. We'll mention her name a lot tonight. Now over the line is Hovalainen with a shot. Right now the Finns showing what they did in their round-robin game. They're coming right at Team USA.
One of the things the Finns will do is they will alternate between pressure and pulling back to really change it up on the American defense.
Haley Skamura in a collision with Mitto Tuomanen behind the net. There's Ranja Savalainen. Savalainen, number 88. Sent back to the point. Emily Falzer knocked down in front. Finns are very good at clearing out in front of Noraratu. The 29-year-old who's not only in her home country, but her hometown here in Espoo, which is just outside of Helsinki.
Certainly special for her yesterday as the people in the crowd, there were tears, there was energy, hugs, kissing, you name it.
Susanna Tapani, as Corey Dupuis mentioned, a ringette star, a world champion as a matter of fact. Rosa Lindstedt changes places with her. And Araya Huta is down there. Watch number 13 for Finland, Riikka Salonen, oldest player on the ice by far.
Also
45 years old.
Also, big question as to whether this will be her final game in a Finnish uniform. A legendary career. Played at the 1998 Olympics. Hard to believe that her career spans that long.
She retired once before, came back as a mother of 3. She's also in the International Hockey Hall of Fame. And she's also still playing. Get a chance to play with too many Hall of Famers. Oh, here's a break for Brianna Decker and a back clear by Ratu. She ripped it off the iron. So now Team USA, will they change their tact a little bit? Come forward and start pressing the Finns. And there's Decker up there with Pankowski and Schofield. Bellamy. Pankowski to get to that. Nora Toulouse had a terrific game against Canada yesterday, number 24.
Well, Nora Toulouse, it was in the face-off dot, some key face-off wins for Finland against Team Canada that led to 2 power play goals.
Now on the ice, icing is waved off. Savolainen thought they were going to call it. Savolainen has been a Canada killer. Last time at the Worlds in the round robin, had a game winner to beat Canada for the first time, and then she had 2 yesterday, including the one that sealed it for the Finns into an empty net. Lee Steckland going to wheel out of her zone and weave up near the neutral zone. Not a lot of room so far.
A good job by Vainikka there to stand up Carpenter to force that dump in. Finns pressuring, doing a good job, as well as the Americans. So it's back and forth here. See how it all settles in.
Vainikka out there. V. Vainikka, one of the youngsters. Now Jesse Comfer, newcomer at the Worlds this year. Quick shot, saved by Ratu. Another JT Comfer, busy right now with the Colorado Avalanche in the NHL playoffs. Finns can't get it out. Hannah Brandt. They played 2 games before this one for Team USA. Now Hillary Knight back out there. Knight leading tournament scoring. She fires in front, and it's stopped in front. Oh, what great action early on. What energy, what atmosphere. If you don't like this, you don't have a heartbeat. Renee Fassel, the president of International Ice Hockey Federation. See Mel Davidson up there. Long-time manager, the boss of women's program, so many years, a former coach. Fassel will join us tonight in this gold medal game between periods. Ratu has to be sharp early on, and she was last night against Team Canada. Stole the show. That's how you beat the superpowers. Canada, United States, quick shot. Oh, knocked down. Cameron Easy had a chance to make it 1-0 United States.
Oh, what a great feed there to have that opportunity to get that shot up on Ratu. Great chemistry between this line.
Savolainen banks it up. Michelle Karvinen is out there, another player who is at the University of North Dakota. A lot of the Finns have hockey roots tracing to the U.S. college system. On the Finns, and now another turnover in front of Ratu. And LeCoyne, Decker, and Pankowski. Point shot again. Pankowski right there. The MO clearly to put pucks on net for Team USA.
Pucks on net, and they'll want to get someone in front of Ratu. Certainly, if she can see it, she will stop it.
And LeCoyne Schofield pressed everyone at the NHL All-Star game. Skated with the big boys. And flew around the ice in one of the best times. Became a viral sensation.
a good job by Linda Valimaki to be able to get that puck in deep as Pankowski was chasing her all the way from her defensive end.
Decker slaps it in. Tanya Niskanen can't keep it in. Americans will get a line change. Finns have to be much better at getting the puck out of their zone. Too many turnovers so far. They've been lucky. Sydney Brott, one of the rookies this year, number 15. Working that far wall. Big ice here, Olympic-sized, international ice. More room behind the net. More room in the offensive zones. Chance go up here in Finland. Kayla Barnes. Solid tournament. Americans pressing like crazy here. Shot 7-2, United States.
Great sustained pressure by Brott. Kessel, Carpenter, just great work on the wall and not allowing the Finns to get control of the puck.
Now gaining the line is Haley Skamura. Anna Brandt back to Comfort. Comfort turning. Nora Ratu has really had to play the puck a lot so far. Finnish team under siege. Kick save, Nora. Spelt Ratti, but it is pronounced Ratu. Native language, they chant Suomi, which is written on the Finnish jerseys, which means Finland in the native language. They love their Suomi and their Lionesses. And now Falzer breaking in with Cameron-Easy to the net. Falzer shoots. Cameron-Easy to rebound. And Ratu has to cover up. Great chance, United States.
Wow, this is just a great play from Emily Falzer all the way from her defensive blue line where she rides her check and is able to pick off the pass. She carries it all the way to the offensive end and is able to get that shot off in front of Ratu. But a lot of contact here as good shots off by their defensemen. We talked about the Americans' D and how engaged they are.
Hillary Knight with a rocket. Hit a body in front. Backhand, Ratu again. And the big line for the United States that's been getting on the score sheet the last few games is this line. And it features one of the greatest goal scorers ever. And that's Hillary Knight.
Well, that was right off of the face-off there, and that is a win. Kelly Panik, 52% in the circle, and Hillary Knight is able to get that shot off. Panik on the doorstep, wasn't able to get the backhand by.
Hillary Knight, one goal away from tying Cami Granato for the all-time World Championship mark for Team USA. Knight has, as usual, been lethal in this goal-scoring department among the tournament scoring leaders. In fact, number 1 coming into today. There she is, number 21. And there's an offside at the finish line. Zeros on the board in our gold medal game.
And there is a shot of the IIHF World Championship logo designed by number 33 for Finland, Michelle Karvinen. And in honor of a player she respects, Riikka Salonen, who is her line mate, she put in number 13 on the ice.
Yeah, the logo, Michelle, who is a graphic designer at UND, that's what she studied. Features the lakes, the forests, the ponytail, and that number 13, which honors Salonen, who
could quite arguably be playing in her last game as a member of Team Finland tonight.
She started in women's hockey. She was Riikka Nieminen, her maiden name. She was married, Riikka Valila, now to Riikka Salonen, remarried. She is revered around here. Wouldn't that be something if she could go out with the gold medal? She's getting at least a silver. But now, United States, Pankowski over to Coyne. Could not connect there. Two California players there. Kayla Barnes fires the near side. Ratu got a piece, but it caught the post too. Brianna Decker, also at the NHL All-Star Game, part of the precision contest. And actually would have won that
Well, Brianna Decker, she is a premier passer. We've just watched that display. Some great plays, some great puck movement amongst her line mates. She's really got a set of eyes on her and a pair of hands.
Just over 8 minutes to go. Still no goals here. The more this goes Finland's way, there remains a better chance of a second upset in as many days. They want to keep it close, keep it tight. The United States capable of exploding. So many goal scorers, so much talent. That's why they're the Olympic and world champions. Carpenter. Over to Kessel. Quick shot, Ratu, her former teammate. Minnesota. Now Kessel getting lots of time to walk out from behind. Walk in front. And Kessel had that shot blocked. Pankowski without his stick. Some great work there. Now the veteran Saladin. Oh, a giveaway here. Ratu says thank you very much.
A little bit of sloppy play in the defensive end for Team Finland, but also some good play by Team USA. Of course, Amanda Kessel also walking off the wall earlier, getting a good shot on net, as you see Riikka Saarinen with an uncharacteristic giveaway.
United States winning all the draws so far too. Falzer steers it to the corner. Hannah Brandt is there, member of the Olympic team. Brandt. Back pass, they love this stuff. And just walking right in, and Ratu had to be sharp again with Steckline. There's another chance for Team USA. And it's a shooting gallery right now. And Ratu lost her stick, but got it back.
Well, that was a great play by Lee Steckline. She was looking to move the puck or take a shot on net, but then the seas parted, if you will, and there was miscommunication on the defensive end, so she walked it. Ratu stood tall.
As Canada did. United States owning possession early on here. Finns weathering the storm. Their last line of defense. Noora Ratu. Kelly Panic had that shot. Shots 11-2. Cameron Easy was right there. There's an errant stick. And now Venla Hovey turns it. Hovey with Valimaki. For 10 on the ice. Shots on goal favoring the U.S. in a big way.
11-2 for the United States.
Cameron Easy flipped it in front. Ratu had a slide over. Ratu. Almost like she's playing a video game out there at times. Funny thing is, she's had a very pedestrian tournament up until the playoff round.
Well, that's when it matters.
Chris Barnes, oh, just dancing through. That stick still in the way. Elisa Holopainen puts it out of play. Great start here for both teams. Noora Ratu has kept the door shut so far for Team Finland. 29-year-old who played her women's pro hockey in China this past season in the CWHL. Flipping it over here to Bozak. Bozak, high shot. Ratu looks like a second baseman out there.
Well, she played in China and she played with Alex Carpenter, so there's a lot of ties here with these teams, and that is certainly one of them. Carpenter having familiarity as well if she gets the opportunity for a great scoring chance on Ratu.
Asi Mustonen for years has believed that his team, if they believe, can achieve, and they have. Always felt that this team was capable of competing eye to eye with Canada and the United States. One down, one to go.
Megan Bozak brings that puck up. Kendall Coyne-Schofield wanted that puck a little bit earlier to be able to gain entry. The Finns are doing a good job of standing up at that line, though, as Bob Corkum is talking about the game at hand and how they're going to proceed through this. Stick to the game plan, continue to move the puck, and be patient.
Bob Corkum, a former NHLer, Buffalo Sabre draft pick, coached at the University of Maine. It's really his first time coaching the women. that be something if first-time coach can take a team undefeated through 7 games. Never before has it been 7 games to win. What is it in hockey or sports? Game 7. This is game 7.
There's Michelle Karvinen getting off the ice right now. Karvinen has been just a staple for this team. She was the best forward in Sochi. Got that bronze medal in 2018 Pyeongchang, and in her first gold medal game as well.
Finns have been perennially the 3rd best team in the world. 12 World Championship bronze medals. 3 Olympic bronze medals through the years. Right now, this week, this tournament, they've cracked into the top 2. 4.5 first period. Now Fenrir Hovey wires one. Rigsby had to be sharp here. A little high, wasn't going to hit the net. And Jenny Pankowski. Hear the crowd. Pankowski's so smart, kind of bounced that in. She's got a wicked shot too. Pankowski scored some big goals for the Finns throughout the years. Oh, and now she goes down. She lost an edge. Hit that dasher. Oh, what a great play here for Team USA. Rebound. There's another shot. Oh my goodness, what a save. Noraratu.
Well,
robs Team USA.
She really does. Team USA has a great entry. Jessie Confer makes a great play, pass over, and then they get possession. Skimura with the backhand. The rebound comes out in the clear, and
how did she stop that?
Has it picked, swiped away. Great shot by Hannah Brandt. Quick release. Those are the eyes of an engaged tender.
The tone is set early. She is as sharp as she was yesterday. She was razor sharp. Again, nothing against what Finland did, but if Noraratu isn't in net yesterday, we're still talking Canada, United States. Skimura fights for the puck again. Karvinen out there trying to get it. Salonen chopped out by the Finns. United States with some momentum here, and that's an offside. 3:21 to go here in this first period of the gold medal game.
Hilary Knight just tried to get that puck in deep, but how about the shift before? That was just a fabulous entry and great opportunity by Hannah Brandt, Skimura. These athletes came to play today. Great puck movement.
Game that's starting to resemble yesterday, but also resembling the first time they met early in the tournament. Now Niskanen, great work here. Hovey behind the net, back out in front. Niskanen goes back for a line change. Now Cameron Easy stretching it out. They wave that off. Cameron Easy behind the net. Knight couldn't get there. Hilary Knight's only had a couple of touches so far. It's a big game, and she usually comes up big. It's a slapper there. Finns are able to block it.
That was a smart play by Vivi Vainikka just to put it in deep. She was all alone, 1-on-3. 17-year-old, again, adding to that depth for Finland, making a smart play.
Team USA. Falzer was right in front of Ratu, mishandled it a bit. Pankowski to Decker. Americans have been riding an unbelievable shutout string as well. Kendall Coyne Schofield back out to Keller. Keller will use the back of that net as well. Decker works it to Pankowski. Coyne keeps cycling this puck. Finns are all over them now. Another great chance here. Ratu again. Where's the puck? Behind her. Not in the net. Again, United States probably getting frustrated now. They are peppering Noraratu and the Finns, who are in panic mode right now. They can't get the puck out. 1:20 to go. Ratu couldn't see that one. That's not getting out either. Barnes. Who will strike first here? Kessel flies in. Still has it. And to Kessel. Back to Keller. Finns just need to ice this puck. They can't get the puck. One-timer in front. Now they will. Down the ice it goes. Last minute, first period. And an offside. A barrage that time from the red, white, and blue.
You can see Annie Hirakowski just taking her time getting off the ice. Bob Corkum likes what he sees from his team. Great puck possession. Nora Ratu really closing the door, but a lot of shots coming towards the net, and Hirakowski going off and looking like she's laboring Rod. So what a huge loss that could be.
Yeah, it looks like that might have happened when she catapulted into the boards. Another offside. Talked about the United States, and they've only given up 4 goals the entire tournament. They have had 4 straight shutouts. They have a shutout streak. 298 minutes and 5 seconds. Remarkable. Canada scored in the second game, second period, and they haven't allowed a goal since. Shutout Switzerland 8-0. Shutout Russia 10-0. Then Japan 4-0. Then Russia yesterday 8-0. They can't be beat. Final few ticks here in this first period. Maybe Team USA can score. Panic. Shoots. Wide of the net. 10 seconds now. Sydney Broad lost it. Got it back. Broad now makes a move in front. And it still won't go. The period is going to come to an end with the Finns needing a big break. But they keep it at 0 and keep their upset hopes alive, their gold medal hopes alive here in Helsinki. Our first intermission is next.
The World U18 Hockey Championship kicks off this Thursday from Sweden when Team Canada faces off against Team Finland. You can catch the action at 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 a.m. Pacific on TSN 5. And welcome back here inside the studio with Laura, Lori, and Jana. 0 still on the board, so you know Finland very happy with how that first period went. And of course, we've got to talk about Nora Ratu. 43 saves coming against Canada. Stood on her head in that first period.
Yeah, Nora Ratu is playing big again today. And this Finland team is a team that believes they can win so long as she's playing like this. Also important to note, the U.S. has allowed only 1 goal against in this tournament in 5 versus 5 play. And it was Team Finland who was the only team to score in the U.S. while playing at even strength.
And that was all the way in the opening preliminary round game. 2-time Olympic bronze medalist, 4-time world bronze medalist Nora Ratu, the Espoo native, coming up big so far against in front of the hometown crowd. And with that defense for Finland, we know seriously tested against Canada, logged a lot of minutes, and it's kind of the line of defense here. You got to get through them, and then it's Nora. And everybody's just coming together so far for the Finns.
Hirakowski and Savolainen both logged over 27 minutes of ice time yesterday against Canada. So if they're not physically tired, like, kudos to them, because that's a lot of minutes in one game. So you can see in the D zone here, when you're a little bit mentally and physically exhausted like that, it's going to be tough to get the puck out. And I think that the problem is they're doing a good job keeping them on the outside, but they're playing a little bit of man-to-man defense here, and the U.S. is probably the best team in the tournament to expose that and take advantage of that. They move the puck well, they jump into open space well. So, you know, if Finland keeps this up, they're going to be tired, and U.S. is going to capitalize.
The U.S. was 17 shots there in that first period. Maybe frustration sinking in a little bit there for the Americans. Kendall Coyne-Schofield now with Tessa.
Kendall, it almost seems like the bigger the game, the more inspired Nora Ratu is. You guys peppered her with a bunch of chances there, but what's it going to take to beat her in a big game like this?
Yeah, in a big game, championship setting, it's a game of inches, and we're inches away from putting one in the back of the net, and we can't let them hang around too long. We got to find a way to get one in the back.
As far as this crowd goes, what's it like playing out there? Can you guys even hear each other?
It's extremely loud. We have our little cheering section, too. We hear the USA chants, but we need to use it to our advantage and silence them.
As far as Team USA is going, 5 straight wins. Has that been a topic of conversation ahead out of here, and has that inspired your group to be that much better?
It hasn't been a topic of conversation. I think we're focused on this game, the next period, and if it happens, it happens. But this is a phenomenal group of women, and we're just so ready for the second period.
Good luck and continue to lead the way.
Thanks, Tessa.
We're ready to watch it. There was the U.S. captain, Kendall Coyne-Schofield. 0-0 your score in the gold medal game after 20. It's a busy time of year in international hockey. The U18s, the men's world's coming up, these women's worlds wrapping up. But IIHF President Renee Pacelle made some time to speak to Tessa.
Renee, first of all, thank you very much for joining us here today. My first question will be to you that, this is the first year we've extended this tournament to 10 teams. We saw an upset in the semifinal where Finland defeated Canada, something fantastic. Do you feel things like this help or hurt the women's game?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the women are progressing, especially here in Europe. More and more. We have the French team, the Czech team. Actually, the Sweden was a big surprise for me going down. Yeah. But I mean, the other surprise is having Finland in the final.
Absolutely. So as the women games continue to progress, we saw what happened with the American team after they won Olympic gold. They were paraded around their country. They were celebrated, getting some great exposure. What does the IIHF plan on doing to continue to expose the women's game outside of those Olympic years?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I mean, in Europe, it's a good surprise that we have Finland in the final. Yeah. The first time actually in the history of our World Championship that we have not Canada and US playing in the final. So I think that will really push and improve the women's game. On the other side in Europe, junior and women in sport are very, very difficult to sell.
Now, the crowds in here have been fantastic, whether Finland is playing or not. How do you feel this tournament has done so far? Is it considered a success?
We are in a hockey country,
Yeah.
Finland is for sure 100% hockey country in the women or men's game. So I'm actually very happy that we have this arena. We had good spectators. They did a great job in organizing this, despite they were not prepared to have 10 teams. So we can just be pleased what we can see here in Espoo.
And as far as the Finnish fans are concerned, as the Finnish hockey team as well, nothing through one period of play, so they're obviously very happy. What did you think of that first 20 minutes of hockey?
It was very interesting. I mean, great goaltending from Finland. I mean, as we can see, a goaltender in the women's game or in the men's game, very important.
Absolutely. Nora Ratu doing exactly what you said, stopping a ton of shots as she usually does. The bigger the game, the better the Nora. Thank you very much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
The bigger the game, the better the Nora. Not too bad, Tessa. We've got the second period coming up after the break.
Over tonight, she scores. The American Express continues to roll.
The growth of women's hockey has been incredibly fun to watch. It's been incredibly fun to be a part of.
They have been indomitable.
It's just been getting bigger and bigger, especially after winning the gold medal at the Olympics.
The winners and world champions.
Even more recently, too, with Kendall Coyne competing in the All-Star game.
What a representation for the women's game at the NHL All-Star game. Opened so many eyes.
It's amazing to see the young girls out there and not only competing with the boys, but having a lot of fun. I think that's the biggest thing, is seeing the smiles on their faces.
There's a lot of young girls that have really taken to hockey, and it seems like the game is really on an upswing.
The visibility has increased. There's been a lot more marketing and emphasis on connecting our amazing talents with viewers all over the world.
This is a pretty team to watch, Team USA.
This is the top in the world.
I mean, I remember the first time I saw the USA women's national team play, and that gave me a dream and a goal.
It's important for us as role models to continue to win and give the young girls something to look up to and something that they could be one day.
The drive for 5 versus the hosts, Finland. Zeros after that first period. Let's get you back to Rod and Cheryl in Espoo.
Well, this has been fun so far. Why not? It's a gold medal game. Only difference is it's not the United States and Canada, but United States and Team Finland, buoyed by a raucous crowd here. Bob Corkum knows he's in enemy territory, but his team was all over the Finns in the late going that first period, did everything but score as we get ready for period 2.
Well, they outshot the Finns 17-4, and most of those were great scoring chances right from the slot area. Noora Ratu stood her ground, steered those rebounds, and held on to give her team a much-needed rest, and that is huge to get into the face-off circle, to have an opportunity to start with the puck.
Fresh ice, key for the Finns. They throw it on net again. Just to get that first goal. Get any goal against Team USA that have not given up a goal. And look at this. Karvinen with a head shake. Now back. Finns are going to go on the power play. Hillary Knight's going to the penalty box. And Sani Hakala was pulled down.
It looks like this was on entry, and Riikka Salonen winds up with the puck. Karvinen is the one that makes the pass, and
it's Cameron Easy
just trips Salonen up. So a power play that had 2 goals against Canada, with Toulouse in the circle winning the face-off, was the key to the success. Look for Lindstedt and Sobolainen, big bodies in front of Alex Rigsby.
And look for Jenny Hirakoski. It looks like she's okay. She's kind of hobbling at the end of that first period. She has got that rocket shot. Hirakoski holds now. They'll set it up. Finns trying to score here on the power play. A scoreless game. Here's Hirakoski's shot, and that's blocked by Hillary Knight, who's out there on the PK as well.
Well, you can certainly bet that the scouting report is out after watching that semifinal game, and Hirakoski just one-timing it from the top in that 1-3-1 set.
Hillary Knight goes to the bench after wristing it down the ice. Fresh PK unit out for Team USA. Here come the Finns. 77, Susanna Tapani streaks through the zone. Riikka Salonen, and the referee goes down hard. And the Americans come up with the puck.
That was a good job for 2 to converge on the puck carrier there to be able to get it sent down 200 feet.
.45 seconds remain in the man advantage. Again, a quick shot by Tapani. Tuominen at the point. Tuominen. Pass was too far. Salonen back to Tuominen. The wrister through traffic. Team USA again, and barely a shot. It got through that forest in front. 20 seconds to go, maybe one crack here for the Finns.
And the Finns are certainly forcing the puck at the top.
Can Michelle Karvinen go end to end here? Quick shot. Near side, Rigsby handled. Karvinen's such a gifted hockey player. Now, one-on-one. It's panic on Hirakoski. Just strips her of that puck. Right there, ladies and gentlemen, is why Jenny Hirakoski has been voted the best defenseman at the World 6 times. Here's the other stuff she does.
She's so agile on her skates. She leads the rush. Look for her to jump into the attack as well. She played so many minutes, over 27 minutes against the Canadians in the semifinals. The top 3 defensemen on Finland played 22 plus. So the question was, would they have the legs to beat Bob Corkum's team here tonight? A fast, aggressive team that loves to play energized, quick movement hockey.
And they score a ton of goals, just not so far tonight. Remember, they only had 1 after 2 periods against the Finns in the round robin, and that game is almost becoming a carbon copy now of this one. Skamura rubbed out by Ahuta. Finns were kind of out of gas at the end of that first period. To a good start here in the second. Americans gain the zone. Anna Brandt turn and trying to keep that in, but it's knocked out into the neutral zone.
Hannah Brandt, a welcome addition into this lineup. Just such a smart hockey player. She's always got her head on a swivel, looking around. Moves the puck extremely well.
There's an errant pass that goes down the ice. An icing call, so face-off coming back into the Finnish zone.
Pasi Mustonen isn't happy with that one, but certainly he has been a mastermind behind his team. He looked like he had been playing chess all week, and certainly has done that. He gives his team a lot of autonomy in terms of their practices, the coaching style that he gives them. He wants them to buy in and believes that they have to have a say in it so that they trust in the process.
They reset the dot here. Decker wins. Back to Steckline. Fake the shot, falls her. Look at the barricade in front of Ratu. Clearly, Bob Corkum has said, we're going to put bodies in front of her and get some shots through. It's the only way right now you might be able to beat number 41. Decker almost lost it to Sani Hakala. Finns bounce it back into the American zone. Another icing call.
Well, the Finns are doing a good job of getting back up when that puck comes out of their defensive zone. They're getting back up. They're getting up into that neutral zone with one offensive player pressuring. So that's something that they're doing. They're forcing the United States to make passing decisions. Finns are doing a good job of reading that second pass.
This is not a big place, Espoo. I'm wondering if there's anybody at home tonight.
They're all here. Young girls, young boys, grandma, grandpas, parents, you name it, they're here. Just hockey fans in general. It's awesome to see.
Great country. Lakka night in Suomi. Hockey night in Finland. Chance to win a gold medal. Could you imagine? Tell you what, this Finnish team is imagining and believing. Team USA, not the defending Olympic and world champions for nothing. Americans have not had a shot yet in this period. And look at Kayla Barnes going to work, and it's an offside. So getting clogged up in the neutral zone a little bit, and that's one thing Pasi Mustonen does. He'll forecheck you, he'll sit back and trap you, but one thing, he will never be premeditated.
No, his different lines are doing different things, and that's changing. It's quite something to see that the adjustment in-game that Pasi Mustonen is making. You can see the full buy-in by his team. Team USA, they're just a great puck-moving team, and they'll just need to stay the course, be patient, wait for the seams, and not try and force anything.
The Americans burst out again. Here's Cameron Easy. Saw a Knight on the far side. And it was Nora Toulouse who lost her footing there that created that rush. Americans look a little out of sync here to start this second period.
Well, Bob Corkum certainly spoke to them. You know, it's just staying the course, but that was some good puck movement on entry. And just as Panik was looking for Hillary Knight, streaking down the right wing, probably should have just put that puck to the net, but nonetheless, a good offensive entry with some speed. That's what the Americans are known for.
5 minutes gone. Hillary Knight in the second period hasn't been able to unleash that rocket yet. Now Tanya Niskanen. Americans pinch in, keep it in. Full flight now. Cameron Easy. Knight will go into that slot area. She's the slot machine. She gets that puck there. Not getting it this time. Pankowski wants to weave in. Put it in on Alex Rigsby and force a stoppage.
Well, Alex Rigsby just watching that one all the way into her glove. Pankowski's done that a few times in this game already as she wheels up the ice. She recognizes that she slowed her forwards down. They're stopped at the blue line, so continues on to get that whistle. But again, the face-off here is just so important. As Hannah Brandt takes it for the United States.
And Riikka Salonen has logged a lot of ice time already for Team Finland at 45 years young. And a barge through was Comfer, held up by the Finnish check. There's puck here. Latu pokes it out, but isn't a good poke check. Kept in, off her knees now. Good play by Hannah Brandt. Tapani has really sprung to life over the last couple of games.
She really has. She was very quiet early in the tournament, but really came to life against Canada in particular. We saw some jump against the Czechs in the quarterfinals as well.
Tuominen, Rigsby, but there was an offside. It was so hard to hear here. Breathless in Espoo. What a great day to be a sports fan. Masters on, NHL playoffs, and of course this climax of the Women's World Hockey Championship. United States and Finland locked in a 0-0 draw. Almost to the midway point of the second period. Still, Nora Ratu has not faced a shot here in this second period. Decker fights off a check. And a Decker. Maybe a little something to prove. Here goes Silverlainen. Toulouse. Dump right there. No penalty. Crowd lets you know it.
Well, this is one of those lines, Toulouse, Nieminen, and Valimaki, that can make a difference. They add such depth to this Finnish team.
Here's Coyne, back pass to Barnes. The thing the Finns are doing is their back check has been relentless. Now Jenny Hirakoski, off she goes. Hirakoski stopped there by Decker. Once again, this time we have a penalty. This time the 5,000 referees let the two referees know it.
This is Hirakoski's speed coming through the neutral zone. Brianna Decker will be the recipient of the 2 minutes here. As Hirakoski creates that puck to go north, it comes back south, and Toulouse gets tripped up by Brianna Decker, one of the greats wearing the Team USA uniform, 1 assist away from tying Chrissy Wendell and Jenny Potter for the all-time world championship record.
Another great opportunity. Golden one for the Lionesses in white. Karvinen and Hirakoski operate the top. Hirakoski, will she let that shot go? Here comes Karvinen over. Karvinen lets it go, but didn't get anything on that. And now the Americans break out 2-on-1. Knight goes to the net. Here's Carpenter, and Hillary Knight can't get her stick on it. Great chance for Team USA. Short-handed. We have not had a short-handed goal all week long in this tournament. Almost had one there.
The Finns are going to need to make an adjustment on their power play at the top on that one-timer. Americans are really taking away that lane.
Take away this puck too. Casey Bellamy has not scored in the tournament. And so the Americans have had more shots short-handed than they've had all period. And more shots than Finland has had on this power play. Last minute now of the man advantage. Tapani gains the line. Susanna Tapani's brought down right in front of the official. No call. Nieminen rimmed out. Tuominen corrals it there. Minto Tuominen to the far side. And Tapani back pass, dangerous one. The veteran Salonen. They really could use Hirakoski out here right now. Now Valimaki turns. Look at that play by Megan Bozek to get in front of that. There's a one-timer. That didn't get on net. Petra Nieminen, and so 8 seconds to go. The Americans will kill this successfully.
Well, Silverlainen and Hirakoski are an integral part of the Finnish power play.
Niskanen is going to the net. She was given a little bit of a shot there. Net is off. Niskanen is slow to get up. 10.5 minutes to go, second period.
Yeah, Niskanen was just driving the net. Just got taken out or aggressively checked by Lee Steckline here, who does a good job of just taking away Niskanen's space and ensuring that no pass or deflection goes across to her as Rigsby is out and trusting her defender to take away the pass.
Face off to the right of Alex Rigsby. There is Falzer. Pankowski keeps it in. Captain Finland. For so many years. Now good speed for the Americans. Carpenter trying to dish it off, but here Pankowski's back. Americans again doing a good job jumping up and pinching, keeping that puck in that offensive zone. Kessel, Falzer. Back out. Kessel goes in front. Sydney Brott had it in her wheelhouse. Falzer. Just no area to shoot at right now for Team USA, and it's out over the line.
Certainly seeing the active engagement of the American defensemen coming down to the tops of the circles when the puck is down low.
Oh, look out! Look out! Wide of the net. Ellie Leitinen. Now Kendall Coyne trying to do the big dodge there, and a toe drag didn't work. Here's Saladin. And Rosa Lindstedt strides over the line. You have to be impressed with this Finnish team. They're doing exactly what they did yesterday. They are not backing down, and they are making it very nervous for the opposition here at the Worlds.
So the faceoff is to the right of Alex Rigsby. Shots now 18-10 in favor of the United States.
Hillary Knight once more. Knight is open scoring in most of the games for Team USA. Kelly Panik's going to the net. Knight tried to drift that through. She does not. This crowd is getting its money's worth here tonight. What a great hockey game this has been, especially for the Finns. Quick shot. Oh, Nora does it again.
Well, Cameron Easy gets the shot off, but Nura Ratu reads the feed by Panik. Great job by Cameron Easy to get her right foot to kick that puck up to her stick and get that shot off, but Nura Ratu knew it was coming.
That glove is a weapon. Finn gets knocked down, and we have a whistle with 8.5 to go. What a terrific tournament this has been. Team USA 6-0. What an incredible ride this has been for the Finns. 4-2. The win over Canada yesterday. Canadians said they may have underestimated them a little bit. And when they were forced to press, got away from their game a little bit. Nora Ratu can make you do that. So we'll go down the ice for an icing call.
Well, Finland will take the icing. They just elect to get the puck out, and sometimes the safest play is the smartest play, especially when you have the likes of Brianna Decker and Pankowski and Coyne Schofield out against you. Pasi Musanen with that Finnish tattoo on his cheek.
Draw one by the Finns. Kessel, though. Back and forth. Sydney Brott sitting right there. Wanted it. A couple of Minnesota natives. State of Minnesota, so many great hockey players through the years, especially in the women's ranks. Carpenter. There's Bellamy now. Bellamy. Ratu. Wide of the net. Pankowski banks it to the far side. Nieminen gets it out.
Well, that was a great play by Alex Carpenter, just to read that the weak side defenseman Casey Bellamy was wide open. Gifted passer, Carpenter is.
Valimaki scrap through. Sydney Brott. Here come the Finns again. Full force. Hard shot on Ratu. Clear it off to the side. They backhand it out. Now a stretch pass. And it is Niskanen, and Rigsby has to be sharp. Finns kind of change their attack almost every shift. Come at you once, lay back once, stretch it out. It's almost like a reactive MO.
They're also reading where the puck is and how much time they have to get to it, whether they're going to pressure or contain.
Team USA, Ratu blocker. Cameron Easy. There with Knight again. Knight goes to the net. There she is. Hillary Knight. Chance to make it 1-0. Could not. Good chance for Team USA. They flood this zone once more. It's an active stick there by Michelle Karvinen. Send it out. Keller gloves it down. Americans wheel back right in the zone. Keller. Barnes stops. What a move. Kayla Barnes right beside the net here. Trying to wrap it around. Oh, and what a play by Karvinen to save that.
Two great sticks by Karvinen on this shift.
Keller and Barnes. Megan Keller. Pankowski. Oh, and Karvinen took that right in the chest. What a shot by Pankowski. And Karvinen taking one for the team. Listen to this place. Americans all over the Finns right now, and Ratu again. Finns need a whistle. They look tired right now. Going to the net in front, and Ratu will get that whistle. Stopping Kendall Coyne-Schofield. Oh my goodness. What a performance here in Helsinki.
Wow, she...
0-0. The game for gold here at the Worlds. Blue and white with red for Team USA and the blue and white of Finland. And finally drop it. Won by Team USA. And Ratu again. Any hope that the Finns have in this game rests with 41.
Oh, this is Skamura just turns and takes the shot. There is no one in front there, so wasn't a difficult one for Ratu to make. Americans will be looking to get someone in front of her eyes at the top of her crease.
Another draw one by Team USA. Bellamy trying to swipe it to the side. Finns deposit it down the ice. Now they send two forecheckers in. And one high. Bank shot. That is not whistled icing. Savalainen kind of quiet here in this one. Not so much yesterday.
She played 27 minutes in yesterday's game. It's a tough line change, too, for Finland this period. So when they are hemmed in, it's harder to get off.
Here she goes, Savalainen. And there is a whistle offside. And the American player is not happy with the shot, but it is very difficult to hear right now.
Yeah, it certainly is. There's so much energy in the building, and Pasi Mustonen is certainly feeling that energy as he talks to Savalainen. Shots now 23-11 in favor of the United States.
Winner gets the gold medal. Earlier today, Canada shutting out Russia to take their first ever bronze. In a historic week. Decker whistles one, and Pankowski took another shot. She will stay in here, though. Pankowski with a shot. She scores! That wicked shot by Annie Pankowski makes it 1-0 USA.
Well, how about Annie Pankowski and just a great sequence with Brianna Decker. The Finns are unable to gain the center red line and get it down the ice, and it comes back the other way. Pankowski just gets that shot off in front of Hirakowski, but again, this happens. A great check by Kendall Coyne-Schofield to dislodge that puck. Annie Pankowski picks it up with some speed, and it just beats Noora Ratu just above her pad there. You can certainly see that the Americans are charged, but the fans in this building certainly trying to lift their team up. Next shift, very important.
Now, how do you respond? Team that has not scored many goals a lifetime against Team USA. Scored 2 in the round robin, had a 2-1 lead heading to the third. Under 4 to play in the second. Team that's only beaten the Americans once in its history. United States 24-1-1 against Finland. Tuominen trying to put one on net. Team USA, Cameronese on Savolainen. And now a break here. Toulouse gets loose with a shot. Rigsby covers.
Well, the Americans' transition is so quick one way, and then the puck comes to the Finnish defender's stick. She recognizes that there's been a line changer, and Noora Toulouse at the offensive blue line just kicks it up to her stick. She recognizes she's running out of real estate as Emily Falzer has tracked her down and just gets a weak shot off that Alex Rigsby has a little bit of difficulty with, but it manages to corral.
So glad you're with us here in Espoo, TSN, the NHL Network. And a terrific 10 days. Now Nieminen crashes to the net and really crashes into the net. The American player taken out. And Hannah Brandt is in the face. Petra Nieminen.
Well, young Petra Nieminen, only 19 years of age. As she's going here, she realizes I may be able to get by, and
she does push the American right into it.
Yeah, and
Rigsby gives her the Heisman.
Yeah, it's Emily Falzer as she's trying to get by, and Falzer is in great position and is not giving her any ice in behind her. Petra Nieminen gets the shot off, but takes Emily Falzer, one of the strongest blue liners for Team USA, on the back end. Falzer, the goal and 4 assists coming into this game. She was a plus 15.
Kendall Coyne went over to Lacey Senek, a referee, Canadian referee, Nicole Hertrich the other, talked to her about that extracurricular push at the end of that.
Nice to see a North American official in the game as well. Canada not in the final.
There's Decker, toe drag. Noora Ratu has given up the lone goal so far, but she stopped so many shots. Another shot blocked by Hovey. And now a chance for the Finns. Emma Newtonen put it straight past, though. 2.5 to go. And right now, that one goal is the difference. There's a stretch pass. Ratu. And she holds. Kendall Coyne-Schofield gave her a little whack, but Kendall's going back to the bench and telling the ref it was open. Noora kind of played that.
She was looking to play it. I think she was thinking about playing it as Kendall Coyne-Schofield was coming right at her, and I mean, that was incredible. But earlier, how about the goal by Annie Pankowski coming in on Jenny Hirakowski, who just gets caught backing in a little bit and gets used as a screen. Pankowski, see her elation there.
Another part of that goal was the fact that Hirakowski was limping on that play and may not have been able to engage Pankowski because she just got hit with a major shot. Regardless, the United States has a 1-0 lead. And Rigsby's in trouble behind the net. Parvinen scrambling back there. Kayla Barnes. They tussle. Lindstedt lost it. 2 minutes to go. And we go to the third period. It has been a dramatic game. First time ever. A non-Canadian participant. The United States. shot, quick shot, scores! Susanna Tapani puts it in, ties the game.
Well, you can barely hear yourself thinking here, and this is just a battle along the Y. Petra Niemann, and the young one passes it over, recognizes that there is a seam there, and Susanna Tapani gets that pass. She's on a bad angle shot, but gets it top shelf over Rigsby. He was out aggressively challenging, and you can see the 16-year-old Lightning, who had the assist on the game winner against Canada, just so excited. Tapani with her 4th of the tournament.
Susanna Tapani again really was invisible over the first few games, but the last few games, big games, has come up huge. What an enormous goal.
Who said Ringette players couldn't shoot the puck?
So after 3 hours plus, in fact, 316 minutes and 34 seconds, the shutout streak for the United States is over.
Well, this is the thing with Pasi Muussinen's team. He knows and believes that they can get 2 to 3 goals against teams like Canada, the United States, and that's just a great look by Petra Niemann, and what a shot going over the shoulder of Alex Rigsby.
1 minute left in the second period. A minute to go, second period. Annie Pankowski for the United States. Susanna Tapani for Finland. They're locked at 1. Nobody wants to give up a late period goal here. Finland with a 5-on-5 goal. That was their second, their only 5-on-5 goal. The Americans gave up. Now another break here with 20 seconds to go. Americans gave up in the round robin. That's how good this team has been. The drive for 5 could be in jeopardy. Listen to this crowd when this clock winds down. Buckle up, everybody, for what could be an amazing third period. And there's a penalty. 1:2 on the clock.
Now, this is certainly going to be a tripping call coming through the neutral zone on Riikka Salonen as Coyne Schofield dishes the puck to Emily Falzer, who is engaged in the play. Salonen doesn't keep her feet moving, uses her stick, and that is a penalty, and it's been called against the United States earlier. So
here's where I'd pull my goalie. Right here, 1:2. Go forward. United States won't. We'll try to go forward quickly. That will do it. Wow. And we got some temper too. Why not? There's a lot of the line. Can this get any better, especially for the Finns? United States streak on the line. Laura Dyken, Jana Hefford, Lori Dupuis with their thoughts. Our second intermission from the Worlds coming up next.
The 83rd World Hockey Championship comes your way from Slovakia beginning on May the 10th. Watch as the world's elite hockey players battle for a spot in the gold medal game. Team Canada kicks off the championship run against Team Finland, and that's at 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. We've got all 64 games for you coming up on TSN. And again, welcome back here inside the TSN studio with Laura, Lori, and Jana. And so much for Finland being emotionally and physically exhausted after their big upset over Canada in the semifinals. We're all tied here after 2 periods of play. And for the U.S., we know that they can score a lot of goals. 30 coming in the last 4 games entering this gold medal game. But it was slim pickings early on. It took them over 8 minutes until they got their first shot in that second period. But then they finally got one by Noora Ratu.
Yeah, we know how dangerous this U.S. offense is, so it took them a bit of time to get a shot in this period, but they just keep coming, and I don't sense that they're panicking or getting frustrated. But we talked about Annie Pankowski off the top here, and she gets on the board for the U.S. Nice play by Kendall Coyne to take the hit, but Pankowski puts it in the net for her 4th goal of the tournament.
316 minutes and 34 seconds. That's how long the U.S.'s shutout streak was, dating back to, well, the 3rd game of the preliminary round. But 3 minutes after Pankowski opened the scoring, it was another one of those players that we said, you better keep an eye on her in this one.
Almost like we know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were talking about Toppany at the beginning of the game and how she was a little bit underrated going into this game, but she had a great game yesterday and is proving to be the same today. Beautiful pass here just across, and what a shot. Top left-hand corner over the shoulder of Rigsby. Couldn't ask for better vision here, but Finland has been very impressive in this second period. The first period, it looked like they were a little bit nervous, but second period, they're really playing hard physically, body on body, getting the U.S. off their game a little bit. Didn't seem to be bothered by the U.S. goal at all, and you can see a lot of minutes being logged here, so you wonder if they can carry this into the 3rd period.
And that's the thing. Going back to the preliminary round, the U.S. looked to be down and out, but then a strong 3rd period got them the win. Let's hear now from the goal scorer, Annie Pankowski, with Tessa.
Annie, it was a tight game through 2 periods with this against Team Finland in the preliminary rounds. It seems to be the same case again. However, the team blew the doors off in the 3rd period of that preliminary game. What changed between that 2nd and 3rd, and how can you use that today?
I don't think much changed. I think we got to stick to our game plan. I mean, we were getting the opportunities. They're right there. We're knocking on the door. I mean, hats off, their goalie's playing great, but we just got to find a way. You decided to shoot short side on a world-class goaltender. What did you see on that goal? I mean, I saw the screen from the D, and she was going to move with me no matter where I went, so I just saw a spot and put it there.
And is this crowd making it difficult for the team to communicate out there, or what's the feeling like?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely loud. It's hard to communicate, but it's just another adversity you have to get over and find a way through it. But, I mean, it's awesome energy.
20 minutes left to play. What can we expect to see from this group?
I think a lot of creativity, a lot of desperation, and a lot of heart.
Good luck.
Thanks.
Earlier in the day, Canada bounced back to beat the Russians for bronze. Highlights when our coverage of the Women's Worlds continues here on TSN and NHL Network. It was Canada and Russia battling it out for bronze at Espoo Metro Arena earlier today. First period, and what a Worlds it was for Natalie Spooner. It gets her 6th of the tournament to open the scoring. And then it's the rookie, Jamie Bourbonnais, getting the first Worlds goal of her young career to double the lead. Canada would add to that in the second period. Rebecca Johnston, nice shot, is rewarded. And then in the 3rd, Canada would pour on 4 more. Lauren Gable with her 2nd of the period. 7-0 Canada winners as they capture the bronze medal, the first ever at the Worlds. So the final rankings will still be determined. We'll hopefully know that in about 20-plus minutes of ice time, game time. But the Division I tournament wrapped up in Hungary, so that means Hungary and Denmark will be promoted for 2012, while the surprise Swedes will be relegated along with France. Rod and Cheryl now with their thoughts on the tournament that was.
Well, thank you, Laura. It has been a very memorable week for so many ways. Forgettable, unforgettable. I guess if there were some people that bet that Tiger Woods would never win another major, they were wrong, and a lot of people have been wrong as well about teams like Sweden and Japan and also Team Canada.
Well, certainly Team Canada winning the bronze medal was a change, a disappointment to them. But how about giving some kudos to Team Finland, Noora Ratu, the team in front of her, Pasi Mustinen. You know, the world is changing. You know, countries 4 to 14, the depth is really getting a lot closer. We saw Japan close in on the United States, really worked hard against them. So it's been a great tournament to watch. And, hey, there's been a changing of the guard.
Changing of the guard is... This mean that there are some teams in the world that are looking at Finland as an inspiration, But a team like Canada that also has to regroup, because guess where the Worlds are next year?
Well,
in Halifax.
They're in Halifax. In 2004, Canada brought home a gold medal there, and Canada will be certainly looking for redemption. They'll look at their program, and they will look for a home crowd like here today, Finland, to push them towards that. You can bet that they'll be doing a lot of work to get back to the top country in the world. And, of course, here we have a game as Team Finland is really taking it on against Team USA. USA really challenged here.
It has been a special week. We're looking forward to a special third period and maybe some more. Laura.
Okay, so now we know the final 20 minutes coming up in just a couple minutes here. Quickly before we head to break, what do you expect in that third period?
For me, looking at the U.S., I think it's all about sticking with their game plan, continuing to go at the Finns, shots on net. Nora Ratu has been unbelievable, but they need to continue to put shots on net, make that investment in getting the next goal.
And then as far as Finland, let's hope they can still, with all those minutes logged, let's hope they can keep it up the pace and still play physical and get some more shots on goal. If they play another second period like they just did, they could come out of this game as a victor.
Just a friendly reminder again, that preliminary round, Finland with the 2-1 lead, the U.S. scoring 5 times in the third period. Buckle up, that gold medal is on the line. Each team scoring a goal there in that second period. It was Pankowski for the U.S., Topani for the Finns. One more period to go. Perhaps we'll see some extra time at Espoo Metro Arena. That gold medal waiting in the wings. So without further ado, again, it's up to Rod and Cheryl in the booth in Espoo.
Gold medal in the wings. Who will wear gold? Will it be the Lion or will it be the Eagle? First couple of minutes are going to be huge here for the United States. They start this period on a power play. Chance to grab the lead here. Being pushed by the underdog, who has, in the last couple of days, become a serious world beater.
Well, Pasi Muussinen's team has really been lifted by the home crowd. Players like Nora Ratu and some of the veterans like Riikka Salonen.
So here we go. Third period. Espoo, Finland, 2019 Worlds. Tied at 1. Canada out. United States and Finland in. And right away, Michelle Karvinen has an issue. She goes to the bench. Kelly Panik. Jani Pankowski. Hillary Knight. Is this the time that Hillary Knight starts to rise up? Big games, it's usually on her stick. Barnes has been so good. Falzer. There it is. Knight fires. Stop. Ratu.
Well, Ratu is so aggressive at the top of her crease, missing one of her top penalty killers, and Michelle Karvinen, who's gone off with, I believe, a skate issue. Hillary Knight gets the puck, just takes a little bit too much time as Nora Ratu got to the top of her crease. It almost looked like the far side was open a little bit on the angle. Knight will look to get another shot off here.
Kayla Barnes gets it over to Knight once more. Scored so many game winners. Tournament scoring leader. Now trying to wrap around on that near side. Kelly Panik has it stolen. Now Niemanen's going for a skate. Tapany's back on the ice. They'll try to chase down the U.S. Knight wanted it, gets it. Hillary Knight, quick in front to Ratu, looking for a rebound on the far side. Bellamy keeps it in. 40 seconds to go in the man advantage for Team USA. On that far wall. Americans get it, but for a moment.
And that's Karvinen who got out there for a quick shift. She's still getting looked at for that skate, so she gets back off of the ice after she clears that puck.
Yeah. Karvinen looking at that skate. She needs to get that ready. Here's Coyne. Kendall Coyne, Schofield. Oh, what a save by Ratu. Big pad save. Keller wants to fire. Finnish player went down to block. 5 seconds on the power play. Here they go again, right out in front of Ratu. Loose puck, Keller. And the whistle as player was in the crease. So the faceoff will come outside the blue line, and the penalty is over. We're back to full strength.
Well, Noora Ratu just made a glorious right pad save. I think she thought that the puck was going to move over to Keller, but Coyne Schofield takes the shot. Noora Ratu doing what she does best. And this was another opportunity that came in the crease, so the play is whistled down outside Finland's zone.
USA 4 shots on that power play. Now we'll see how the Finns react. This is the first time they can go 5-on-5, and this fresh ice, new period. Can't say enough about what Finland has been able to accomplish here. They may be able to shock the world this week. Not just Canada, but maybe the U.S. too. Niskanen battling on that far board. Niskanen caroms it to center ice. Pankowski. Falls her to Pankowski again. Right in front of Ratu. Bouncing puck. Finns trying to clear. That's been the issue so far. Hemmed in their own zone. Now bursting away is Falzer. Falzer lost the puck. And another block by another defenseman. Tuominen, oh, dangerous play here by Välimäki. Finns, their heels here. Brought, stopped right there by Välimäki. What great defense. Setting up a fortress in front of Noora Ratu. And anything that gets through, Noora is there. They're saying no icing.
Well, there's a big difference when Jenny Hirakowski is not on the ice. I wonder how much more of these defenders can take, especially Lindstedt, Sovalainen, and Hirakowski playing so many minutes against Canada, again, so many this evening.
Salonen, good pass, straight ahead. Oh, what a play! Sakala was right there. Made a great deke and almost had Rigsby for the go-ahead goal here. If they go ahead, they may set a record on the Richter scale. So loud in here. Finns carrying lots of momentum in the home crowd. Jumping up again, one of the youngest players is Barnes. And Ratu, loose puck in front, so Hirakowski. Nobody's home on the other side. Now they get it out, and they bring it out. Niskanen, 61. Then Lahovi. Play by Panic. Cameron easy there. Knight back on the ice. Panic over to Hillary Knight. Lets it fly. Ratu says no way.
Well, Hillary Knight gets another one of her shots on net. A good job by Panic. Really getting the ice, using the east-west ice that's available to her. And earlier, good opportunity as Hakala gets in on Barnes and just about gets that shot off on Rigsby, but Rigsby uses her paddle for the poke check.
Good breakout this time, better for the Finns. On Alex Rigsby, who has not been busy, and she just slipped in her crease.
That's difficult, Rod, to stay in a game of this nature, so intense, so much on the line when you're not getting a lot of shots.
You have got to be sharp. Knight's still out there. Falzer rips it around the lower part of the boards, rims it in. Coyne Schofield getting out front. Kayla Barnes was pinching in. Here's Keller. Coyne is in front. Keller uses her reach. Coyne, nice feed to Decker. And a dodge. Salonen. Because Salonen has come to play here tonight too. Ratu. Which is that breeze by. Face mask. 6 minutes gone in the third. United States again. It's a coin. Shot deflected by a Finnish stick. Decker right there. Now trying to wrap it around. Oh, another good chance for Team USA. Pankowski right there. We got the only American goal. Pankowski has scored some big goals in this tournament. Under siege right now, Team Finland. Barnes squirts in. Now it's stolen. Here's Tapani once more. Point on that Kessel on the back check. A chance maybe for Hirakowski to go to work. We haven't seen much from Karvinen in this period. I wonder about that skate. They need her. 1-1 game. What an epic battle here in Finland. .21 to go. Third period, gold medal game. Big face-off right beside Alex Rigsby. 31-14 shots on goal right now. Team USA, 1-1 game. Dancing over the blue line is Sydney Brott. Another shot blocked and another one by Jenny Hirakowski. Always talk about her great skill level. She sacrifices a lot in the shot blocking department. Take shots, block shots, and she would like to lift that World Championship trophy for her country at the end of this.
She's certainly taking very quick shifts right now, Rod. She looks like she's tired, but this team is going to need her to find her legs.
We watch Michelle Karvinen come out on the ice in the break. Clearly something wrong with her skate. Probably had it sharpened. Now a break for Nieminen once more. She tried to swoop in. Now Knight. Hillary Knight right side. Trying to send it in front. She does. Still has it. Right back to Bozek. Great shot from Bozek. And again, a body in front gets a piece of that.
Young Silvalainen does a good job of staying with Hillary Knight there. Bozek on the ice for her bomb from the point.
Silvalainen. Now she wheels back the other way. Karvinen's out there. Rigsby has to stop that.
And the Americans are certainly doing a good job in the circle today as Silvalainen goes on the rush. Silvalainen was such a key part of the defense and the offense for the Finns against Canada. She just elects to put it in, get a much-needed line change, and Silvalainen, who played over 27 minutes yesterday, has been one of the leaders again for Team Finland.
What has become a terrific game. Jesse Comfort down the ice. Stretch pass. And who would have thought we would have even been here with Finland in the final at the beginning of this tournament? Never before have we had a non-Canada United States gold medal game. This has been entertainment plus. Now Karvinen's back. Looks like her skate is all right. Lindstedt. Hustle and muscle from Team USA right now. And to send it up to Karvinen on the go. Huta. Hirakowski now can fly. There she goes. Hirakowski again.
One of his
almost went by 3 American players. Pokes it back into the American zone.
You got to figure that Hirakowski is looking at the clock, and she'll pick her moments here.
The longer it stays like this, the longer, the better the chance for Team Finland. Another good opportunity here for Team USA. Basketball. Loose puck underneath Niskanen. They're digging away at it. This is exactly what Pasi Mustonen would have wanted. Stay close, stay tight, get a chance to take some momentum with a go-ahead goal.
Now Bob Corkum just kind of has smirk in his face. His team doing everything to get the shots off against Nuoratu.
Bodies flying. Referees letting them play. Silvalainen can't get it out. Kicked ahead by Decker. Brianna Decker shoveling it in front. Here's Falzer again. Noora Ratu is doing a great job, but she's getting a lot of help.
And that rebound is out. Her defenders are doing a good job of clearing the puck.
Fanning on it was Toulouse. Send it back out. Now try to dump it back in.
Brianna Decker out there for the USA. She has just been a bulldog. She's got the grit and skill to go along with it.
Harvinen. Missed pass there. There goes Decker. Nice dodge. Sidestepping one. Quick shot brought high over the net. Team Finland has put a lot of stress on the world champions in this game. Now a good chance, and Ratu watches it fly by. Bellamy. Shots just haven't been on net a lot of times for Team USA. Finns again. Salonen once more. Riikka Salonen all by herself shoots.
You can tell that Riikka Salonen is looking to move the puck. She knows that she doesn't have the strongest shot, so she's waiting for one of her teammates to join her, but really should have elected to take that earlier shot.
Ageless Riikka. Now Keller. Americans pressing once more. Poke check there. Newtonen. Now Hirakowski jumps up once more. Jani Hirakowski. Left side. And Team USA. Finland in a battle here. Knight needs a line change. She'll wait. Kayla Barnes back to Knight. Barnes should have shot that. Getting tense here. The drive from Knight. Trying to get to the bench. Just over 8 minutes to go, Cheryl. What some thought might have been impossible.
And they'll be going for the line change again. Hirakowski was tired looking at that bench earlier, wasn't able to get off. Americans have a very quick transition.
Decker tried to dangle through. Now Salonen's out there again. Those 45-year-old legs. Here's Tapani once more. Tapani shoots. Rigsby with her biggest save. And now a dust-up behind the net. And a 1-1 game for the gold medal. Over 6,000 here. Metro Arena in Espoo. What a game this has been. Drive for 5 for Team USA. The quest for one for Finland. They've never been this close before, ever, until now. And Hirakowski, backhand. Susanna Tapani has been outstanding here tonight. 77 for Finland. Now as time ticks away, might be a bad bounce that could decide this. Ratu, there's a bounce in front. They whistle it down. A player in the crease again. 7:22 to go.
Well, the shots now 33-17 in favor of the United States as Ratu makes that stop as well. Brianna Decker just able to get out of that small space and get her stick on that puck to get that shot on Ratu, but Annie Pankowski is on her way in the crease.
Hillary Knight on the bench right now. Expect to see a lot of her down the stretch. United States 6-0. Finns 4-2, but they collide in the final for the very first time. Our earlier meeting, Finns collapsed in the third period. We're up 2-1, lost 6-2.
4 goals in 8 minutes and 25 seconds, but didn't allow that to happen against Canada.
And not happening here tonight. They certainly have learned from that. Now Hovey, can he get to that pass? And it's an icing call. Who will blink first in this World Championship final?
Well, just over 6 minutes left to go here. It's leaving it all on the ice. Pasi Mustonen in the perfect situation, and of course Bob Corkum will go to who he feels now can get the job done.
Hillary Knight out there with Panic and Cameron Easy. That shot again. With that wall in front. Newtonen. Muscle her way next to Lee Steckline, who comes up with it. Now Falzer. Head of steam. Knight makes a good play. Far side. Puck comes back to Hillary Knight. This is the kind of game that Hillary Knight loves. She's like a closer in baseball. She is the ultimate closer in women's hockey. They are trying to set her up. Another good chance. Blocked once more. Another blocked shot. Decker loses it. Now Karvinen. Again, she's having some issues with that skate, you could tell. Usually Michelle Karvinen would come flying into that zone on those edges.
Yeah, she's certainly not trusting them right now. She's
Especially
not turning on a dime.
edge.
She's going again.
Makes you wonder if they do go to overtime, if they can fix that skate anyway. They need Michelle Karvinen. She's getting frustrated on that bench. Now Savalainen chipped up into the American zone with 5 minutes to go. Nieminen. Somebody told the Finns that you'd be tied in a gold medal game. With 5 minutes to go on home ice. I think that was a pretty good dream. Dream is living here right now, tied at 1. That is one tight United States bench. Literally and figuratively, tight cohesively, but probably right now feeling the pressure. Trying to find a way to get the winner here and not give up a goal as Pankowski scoots out, puts it on net on Rigsby. And Pankowski on the forecheck as well. The issue for the Finns, though, will be Michelle Karvinen in that skate. They need offense. She's one of those players that can provide it. Sydney Broad, 15 on 15. Tuominen taking her out. Pankowski, backhand nicely. And out on the ice comes Karvinen. Kind of hopping on that one skate. Nothing will keep her out of this game. There goes Karvinen again. And you can see she's really struggling on that edge. Maybe the skate might even be broken. Normally you would just sharpen it or repair it. Hillary Knight. Down she goes behind the net. Under 4 to go here. It has been an outstanding final game. And a spectacular tournament for the home side. Again, just letting them play. Cameronese. Tried to slide it over to Keller. Knight, bodied out by Rosa Lindstedt. Finns content to clear right now.
Looks like the Finns just want to get the puck down the ice, get these 3 minutes, get the time in between. Intermission for overtime.
Keller, oh, nice feed in front. Kendall Coyne Schofield, Captain America. She be the one that could emerge the hero here. Decker with a shot. Oh, what a block in front. Valimaki has taken a lot of puck tonight. Blocking it. Falzer. Nieminen. 2.5. I think Pasi Mustonen would love to play for overtime here.
I think so, too. Exactly where he wants to be.
The United States wants to score here in the next 2:21.
And it's one bounce at that point, Rod. You get a scoring opportunity, you take advantage of it. So Pasi Mustonen, knowing I think that his players, especially his defenders, are tired. Bob Corkum looking on earnestly here. He's got Kessel and Carpenter, who came into this game the best center iceman in the circle, looking to win this draw.
Casey Bellamy We are tied. There will be an intermission. 4-on-4 after that.
2 minutes left in the third period.
Well, the Finns are showing that yesterday was not a one-off or a fluke.
No, it certainly wasn't. They've come to play this tournament and send a message to the world that they belong in the top 2.
Message is being sent very loudly from their fans, from their players. 1:37. Now they have to be careful because Team USA will come storming here. But for the Americans, you got to be careful too. You don't want to pinch too much. Get caught. Steck line. Tappany.
I want to get Pankowski on the ice here the last minute.
They will. Here she comes. Then Karvinen on the bad wheel is out there too. All they want her to do is shoot that thing. Panic. Nice move. Back over to Knight. Hillary Knight with a shot. And Ratu had to be sharp again. Under a minute. Steck line. Bounces one through. Cameron easy. Knight's going in front. 40 seconds to go in the third period. And Hillary Knight almost deflected that past Ratu, but it went over the net. She is so dangerous. She is a champion.
Smart play by Michelle Karvinen. Just get that puck out.
Decker now. Quick shot again through bodies in front. The Finns just trying to hang on. Get this to OT. Jenny. 14 seconds. One last gasp here. Kayla Barnes lets it go. Ratu the save. The rebound in front. 7 seconds. 6 seconds. The Finns getting it out. And guess what? The gold medal game in Finland is going to overtime. And we should get used to that. 3 straight years to overtime. But this time it features the flying, feisty Finns who are intent on pulling off this miracle.